I want to talk about Robert Lee Haynes. You know, that's a super sensitive topic all the way around the board. But let's go back, man, 2008. You know, like I said before in like my way previous videos, like about last year, early last year, man. You know, them niggas is, like I said before, Fab was Fab, then it was Gutter Boys. Like, them was like the young street niggas. You feel me? Like the young niggas. The once upon a time, they was cool. Like, cause it's niggas from Gutter Boys that used to be from Oak Park and shit like that. But once upon a time, you know, like niggas was like cool. It wasn't like no like all out kill type shit, you know, up until the point of Rob Death, you know, which kicked everything off. 2008, August 22nd on Detroit. You feel me? They had a house party. Of course, it's in the South, so of course it's hella gutted niggas there. And, you know, the Fab niggas show up. Them niggas used to go to every party. The niggas always got hella numbers. They used to go to hella parties and shit. But they going to, you know, that's not necessarily Gutter Boys territory, but they're in the South. So they're just not in their vicinity, you know, to where they got the upper hand. So, you know, them niggas go to a party and it didn't even get to be a party, nigga. You know, as soon as they walked in, niggas yelling out they set, woo, woo, woo. You feel me? And then the lights go off. Then hella shooting start happening. And they said the gutted niggas in the backyard. Niggas popped in the sliding door, shots fired off, hella shit. And all that type of shit. And Rob was hit in the head and killed instantly. You feel me? And like, me and him was hella close. You know, we had our own relationship. So that shit really hit me, like, personally hard. Like, cause that's the first nigga I knew that even died. Like, he was 16, I was 15. Not even 16 yet. Like, that's the first nigga I knew at that age. Like, damn near a lot of niggas in that age bracket around that time, that was like the first dead homie that to everybody that was friends with him and he was from the set or whatever, you feel me, click, whatever, whoever niggas fucked with him, that was the first dead homie, like, that I know, like, on some personal shit. Like, we used to kick it all the time. We really knew each other. That nigga be everywhere. He used to always be by himself a lot and shit. And we used to just bump into each other everywhere. And we used to just hang out and shit. In the P, we used to be in the North. The nigga went to Grant. And just speaking of like Grant and shit, the nigga was a raw-ass football player. He used to be, cause it was Part1, it was the Buccaneers. And that nigga played on two teams, the Buccaneers and the Vikings. So he knew these niggas. He played on Southside Vikings. He knew a lot of these niggas that he was in tour with. Like, this the time when niggas was fighting and all that shit. Niggas still go to functions together in the South and the P and the North. Everybody just go to functions everywhere. Wherever we hear is popping, niggas go. And cause it wasn't like, no, just kill a nigga. It was just having fun. So, but he played on football team with these niggas. He played on two football teams at one time. That nigga was that raw. Like, that nigga was really raw, bruh. And he was a buff-ass nigga for his age. A 15, 16-year-old nigga, just bigger than everybody, bigger than all the kids our age. We all were skinny-ass niggas. And he to be beating niggas up. You feel me? So, he was just respected as in that. Just being young. He'd fight niggas. Nigga... That nigga was just different, bro. Very athletic. The nigga was fast as fuck, raw. Them niggas, man, we was playing some Richmond teams. Them niggas ripped his jersey off, dog. That's how much that nigga was. He was mad at the team. He was mad at us. Like, y'all niggas hella weak. That nigga was so raw, bro. They ripped that nigga jersey off. He used to be in the pile pinching niggas, scratching niggas, all kind of shit, blood. They used to tell to the referee and hella shit. They ripped that nigga whole jersey off in Richmond, the Richmond Steelers. But even one time that nigga, cause he was only like a peewee, and that nigga ended up playing on like the junior midgets, or midgets or some shit. Not even he ain't even on that team. He just happened to throw on a uniform That nigga broke for nigga damn near like 60 yards, bro, against some big ass niggas. That's how raw this nigga was. Like, he would have been in the NFL, 100%. Like, if he didn't get killed or none of that shit. But just back to the topics, man. That's just my stories on just me knowing him personally and just the type of nigga he was. But I remember all this shit was like around fair time. Them niggas went to the fair and hella shit. It was just like going up. Like everywhere was just fun and sack. Like you can go to any side of town and it just had hella shit going on. But I remember I couldn't catch up to this nigga for hella long. Like, cause he had a 357 that I was trying to buy off this nigga. And I had the money in my sock and hella shit, like trying to buy that shit from that nigga hella bad. But I could not catch up to this nigga. He always just left the house or wasn't coming home yet. And them niggas, it was just summertime. You know, niggas at the fair, niggas just doing all kind of shit. And them niggas went to a party though in Detroit, you know, and it was little altercations and shit that before that party that led up. I think that led up to that, you know, niggas getting their guns took, you feel me? Them niggas getting into little shit with the gutter boys, trying to take shit from niggas and all kind of shit. You know, they used to be hanging out with them niggas at the light rail. Like, niggas used to be light rail hopping and all type of shit back then and be running into niggas, go to Florin Road, go to Art and Arcade, you know, go to Meadowview Light Rail and all that type of shit and be running into type of niggas, this young niggas, you know, running with our little crews and shit. Niggas be meeting up and seeing niggas and, you know, niggas was smoking and selling weed to each other and, you know, niggas be fighting little niggas, just testing little niggas. That's how we was when we was kids, you know, just testing niggas and shit, trying to see who was who. And, you know, but I guess that night they ended up going to a party. But it's crazy because my bro and my cousin, you feel me, them niggas, I was already at the crib. I used to live by Florin High. And them niggas got off the light rail and seen some bitches walking to the party and shit. And them niggas, they told them it was a party in Detroit. They was going to go, but they like, nah. But they didn't know what it was, who it was. And then they wasn't really on no party shit. So niggas just came to the crib and shit. And then my cousin called from the stars and he like, hey, bro, you feel me? Lil Rob got killed. And they even said Poppy got killed at that time. You feel me? That was the rumor, Poppy and shit. But they was like, Lil Rob got killed. You feel me? And we like, what? He from the stars, so he know these niggas. Like, I don't know. He wasn't even at the party, but he know these niggas, them his niggas, you know, and type shit. So this ain't just no funny shit. So we calling and checking and sure enough, it was true, bro. That shit really fucked me up. I couldn't even believe it. Like, that's the first nigga I know, you know, outside of my family, like a friend, like I said, the first like dead homie, you feel me? Like a nigga you was close to as kids. Like, that's just unbelievable. Like, still to this day, like just how much time then went by so far, and it's just weird. It's a super sensitive topic to me, you feel me, and to a lot of people. But and then like that's when all the like the snitching shit came out, and they said he snitched, and it already was like a rumor, you know, according to niggas that didn't know the facts yet. You know, it was a rumor to motherfuckers and shit. And you know about the Miguel shit, Miguel Soto that I did a story on. Go check that out if you ain't see that. I think that happened in 2006. The Miguel shit when he allegedly killed the G Parkway nigga downtown. You feel me? And he been locked up since he was 16. And so Rob back then had to been like 14, 15 around that time. And he got jammed up for that shit. Because they caught him, I think, riding on a bicycle or some shit. He happened to be with them niggas. And they caught him on a bicycle and jammed him up. And back then, it was like a rumor to us, you know? And I didn't really see him that much after that. I think he moved to Arizona and then he ended up coming back, moved to the Heights and was playing at Grant and all type of shit. But it was hella big because he was a popular nigga, period. So it was like a big thing, but it wasn't like no internet shit. It was word of mouth back then. So if we didn't just see paperwork, like, it ain't that we didn't believe it, we just didn't see it. Like back then, you had to really, niggas could say niggas are snitching and people just believe it nowadays. But back then, it was really based on the facts and nobody really seen it. So after all that, after like shit then kind of died down, Miguel got caught up in shit and he still was around playing football and, you know, out there in the streets. Went to Johnson with the nigga. He went to Hiram Johnson and he still was out and about. And, you know, it was few altercations and shit. And we used to be together and shit, niggas trying to press up and shit, but he stood his shit. But like I said, we didn't know what to believe. Like, them niggas knew, the older niggas knew more than we knew because we just little niggas and we didn't want it to be true in the first place, but we ain't seeing no facts, so we don't know. And, you know, the case was still going on. It wasn't no, like, closed case yet. It was still an open case. So as far as the paperwork and shit, I guess the people that needed to see it seen it. But, you know, we didn't see shit, so we just believe what he told us. He our friend. We don't know these other niggas like that. They just older niggas, and he our nigga, so we believe what he say. You feel me? And I still never to this day seen paperwork, but I know it's a fact that he, you know, that he told, which is sad, blood, like, cause that nigga he would have been a young hood legend. I mean, I still think, to me, blood, personally in my heart, like, cause he meant something different to me, blood, but I know the street politics and all that shit. So that just fuck up a whole lot of shit. Like, a lot of people don't even talk about him. Don't even say R.P. Rob on his birthday. You know, his death date, none of that shit, bro. So it's really just difficult. You know, it's a fucked up situation for the long haul, bro. But this part one.